right, welcome back to Beyond the Claim, the adjuster voice to homeowners. Hey, before we get started in this episode, I have a call that I want to make to homeowners. Now, if you are a homeowner and you're dealing with a denied or delayed claim, or you just want a second opinion from real adjusters, we want to hear from you. I'm putting together a segment of Beyond the Claim where we visit real homeowners and take a real look at what's going on with your damages. You've got to be open and willing to let us review your claim, discuss it on camera, and show what's really happening with your property. Because this is about transparency and education. So you do have to be open, right? Now, our panel of licensed adjusters will give their honest professional opinion on your situation. And we want to let you know exactly what went wrong, what went right, and what options that you still have. So if this sounds like you, head over to beyondtheclaim.com and click on submit your claim. Tell us what's going on. You might be featured in one of our upcoming episodes of Beyond the Claim Field Files. This is real claims, real damages, real advice. That's what we're here for. Now, remember, this is not just going to be with just adjusters. There will be a contractor on board. There will be a public adjuster on board. If anybody know anything about public adjusters, the public adjusters are there to defend the homeowners, right? So we will have different people that represent each industry on the panel for them to give their honest opinion. And it is an opinion. It is what we think, what options that you have, and it'll be up to you to take it even further, okay? So you can go to beyondtheclaim.com. There's also a QR code up in the corner there. Click that code. It'll take you, click on that, and it'll take you straight to Beyond the Claim so you can complete that form. All right, good deal. All right, so now let's get into our episode. So let me get this straight. We fought to work from home, right? We want to be comfortable, don't want to have to travel so far, but we fought to work from home, comfortable on your couch, and now people are filing injury claims from their living room. Yeah, you heard that. Exactly what is happening. Insurance companies are scrambling to figure out how to handle it. Remote work was supposed to make life easier. No commute, no office stress, more flexibility. But according to a new Property Casualty 360 article, working from home has opened the new door to a brand new kind of risk, a work from home injury claims. Can you believe that? Now, let me tell you, I like working from home. I've worked from home the last 4 or 5 years, and that gave me the ability to get up, to go to the gym or go for a run or what have you, come home, shower, and then work. Now, before then, when I had to go in the office, I had to be in traffic maybe about an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 45. Sometimes, depending on where I had to go, or one assignment, I had to go way to Johns Creek. So that was an hour and 45 minutes just to be in traffic. But working from home made my life so much better. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go back into the office. But here we got a problem, you guys. If you're gonna get hurt or injured at home, can you imagine them bringing us back into the office because now they can see what has happened? There's no way they're going to be able to really track what happened. You know, and before the pandemic, only 6% of Americans worked from home. Now it's almost 23%. That's like 26 million people working remotely or hybrid setup. And with that jump came something nobody saw coming. Injury claims. They skyrocketed from 24% to 54% just since 2020. Most of them come from things like back strain, eye fatigue, stress, even falls at home during work hours. Now think about that. People are filing workers' comp claims because they tripped over a laptop cord or developed shoulder pain from working at the kitchen table. Or it might sound small, but it's costing employers and insurers big. Can you imagine that they want to bring us back in the office due to that? Who would have thought that people were going to start filing workers' comp claims from home? Like I'm at home right now, from home. Oh my gosh. The article did pinpoint some eye-opening numbers. 61% of remote workers say their neck, back, shoulders, or wrists has gotten worse. Why? Because most of them are working from sofas, kitchen tables, and unadjusted chairs, not real desks, or just not a great setup. Women are 2.3 times more likely to report strain injuries, and they make up 63% of the repetitive motion injury claims. Y'all, now I like working from home. And I can see you guys, they will bring our butts back in our office so quick so they can give us the right setup so they'll know you have everything you need. And you know that we're quick to work from home. We'll be in that bed with our little setup with our laptop. We'll be on the sofa, like they said, at the kitchen table. This is surely a problem. Now, here's something else. 45% of remote workers say they feel anxiety. 40% say they feel depressed. And only about a third say they truly thriving. Most people working from home are in pain, stressed out, and struggling physically and mentally. I don't even know, me personally, I don't even know how that can really be possible. The only thing I can say is that they're not taking advantage of that time, or they're not getting up. You know how you get up and you take your shower, get out your pajamas just like you're going to work. There are sometimes I have worked in my pajamas, and that'll be maybe I went to the gym, came back, shower, and hopped in something quick so I can get on to work. But if you're going to be stressed, if anything, you're stressed getting the traffic going to work, coming from work in that traffic, or having to deal with your co-workers' attitudes that day. If you're working from home, it's your own attitude. So me personally, I can't see the stressful part, but I do know some of my colleagues that I worked on assignments with as an adjuster. Some of them said they liked being in the office. They liked having the conversations, and honestly, they were saying to me that you learn more when you are in an office setting because you can hear other conversations, how people are handling things. And I can definitely understand that as well. But I'm going to tell you something. Me working from home gave me ability to pretty much take that control of my health to where I can get myself up in the morning and go to the gym or go for a 3-mile run in the morning before I go to work. But with this here coming along, I can really see a lot of companies wanting to go back probably to hybrid, where you're in the office some and you're at home some. But there are some companies that want you back in the office because they can set up your desk the way it needs to be set up. The problem, I think, the system problem, the evidence here now where things get complicated is worker comp laws were built for a traditional workplace. OSHA can inspect. OSHA can't come out and inspect your home, so you really can't send OSHA out to someone's home office. So when a claim gets filed, employers are stuck. They can't prove what really happened. There's no inspection. There's no documentation. No clear boundaries between home and work. That's what Property 360 calls the evidence gap. And that gap is creating messy disputes and between workers, employers, and insurance companies. And as adjusters, that's where we get caught in the middle, because where does personal injury end and work injury begin when your office is on your couch? Now, me personally, I feel that you need to have something separate. Like my home office is off from anything else. It's off from my den. So I go in my den, I come to my home office, I close the doors. It's not in my bedroom. There is a particular space for my work, for my home office. And I feel better that way, to where I'm going from one area to the next. And I'm going to tell you something. I can really see employers probably, if you're going to work from home, they'll probably want you to produce, maybe to show them your home office now. You guys, this make it more It makes it harder, as an employee, if you want a job that works from home, if these type of claims are coming in, and what it means for employers, adjusters. This is a new frontier for workers' comp. Companies can't assume their people are safe just because they're home. They need policies. They're going to need standards, clear reporting systems now, not later. Because if they don't, these claims are only going to keep rising and disputes will keep getting more expensive. And for adjusters, this means we have to adapt. And that means fast, because remote work isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And the claim landscape is changing right under our feet. I know that one of my friends or someone that I worked with before, we're really close. We talk every now and then. He got a position at a company called Lemonade, and Lemonade gave him $1,000 to set up his home office, to make sure everything's in place that you need to set up your home office in order to work smart. Now, I think that's another thing that companies can do, but are you going to spend your $1,000 the way it's supposed to be spent, right? But listen, you guys, this is the bigger picture here. We have a responsibility. And I do want to talk about this, what this means on a personal level. If you work from home and you have to protect your body, set up a real workstation, take breaks, move your body, get a good chair, because these injuries are real and they're adding up. I mean, the cost is adding up. We're seeing this especially in industries like finance and insurance, where 30% of the jobs are fully remote and 38% are hybrid. Long hours on devices, no physical movement, and poor setup are leading to claim growth and as high as 48%. That's not a coincidence, you guys. That is a trend. That's a trend. You guys, if we're going to work from home and we want that ability to have that flexibility, because I know working from home has been good for me. I really enjoy it. Gosh, I mean, I'm hoping to get a new contract that I won't be working from home. I'll be in another state, but I like working from home. It gives me the flexibility that I need, right? So look here, guys, what's really happening? This is bigger than just data. It's a reminder that the world of work and the world of insurance is changing faster than the laws are able to keep up with. Remote work sounded like freedom, but for a lot of people, it comes with hidden costs, physical pain, mental fatigue, and now legal confusion. Yeah. The bottom line is, if you are an employer, set up clear guidelines and protect your people. If you are an adjuster, start learning this new territory now. And if you're a remote worker, don't wait for your company to take care of you or take care of your setup. Take care of it yourself to avoid these type of injuries. Yeah, because to me, this is key. And I could not believe when I read this article about all these claims that are being filed because of working from home. You're tripping over a cord. You don't have the right chair to have the right posture. You're just on your sofa doing work. You're going to have a clear distinction, your home and your work area. And then I'll tell you another thing I can say that I run into is that I am tending, I sometimes will do more, work over, especially because I'm home and I'm not traveling. I'm not doing that. But those are things that we got to make sure that we don't do. When we're working from home, when time's up, time is up. You get to it the next day, and make sure you have the proper chair. Make sure you get up and take breaks. Get out, go for a walk, or go for a jog. You're home. If you have an hour lunch or 30 minutes, you got time to get away from the office, right? Now, we used to think workers' comp was for factory floors and warehouses, construction sites, but now it's coming from the kitchen table and the couch. This is the new white-collar injury, and it's changing the way we think about safety, responsibility, and coverage. So wherever you're working from today, you're going to have to protect your back. Your back is number one. Your setup and your sanity, because comfort can cost you more than you think. And that is so interesting, for comfort to cost us. You're working from home, you're in the comfort of your home, but now all of a sudden, here we go. You have injury. Now, this is beyond the claim, where we break down what's really happening. in the insurance world and help you to stay one step ahead of the story. The cover up, they have to stop. I'm going to expose what I need to expose. All right, so that's the end of this here. But I do want to just make one more call out and want to let you guys know again, we are looking for homeowners with a denied or delayed claim, or if you just want a second opinion from real adjusters. We want to hear from you. Putting together a segment of Beyond the Claim where we're going to visit real homeowners and take a look at what's going on with your damages. And remember, you'll have a field adjuster, you're going to have a desk adjuster on board. We're all giving our opinions, right? There's going to be a contractor on board, a public adjuster, and then there's also going to be, who else is going to be? It's going to be another person on board. Me, myself. I'm going to be, the one who's hosting it. I know I'll have an opinion, but I just want the outside opinions and so they can take a look at your claim and let you know what went wrong, what went right, and what options that you still have, right? So you got to be able to be open. So definitely go to beyondtheclaim.com and click on submit my claim. And we will take a look at it, see, if it's a claim that we would want to, take a look at. And remember, there is the QR code. You can scan that QR code and it'll take you directly to Beyond the Claim. All right. So that's it for this episode here. And I will see you back in a couple of days. Take care.